Hey everybody, how you doing? Once again, this is John Lewis with No Obesity, checking in with you. I have a very funny thing that I'm about to do today. I'm actually going to an event. It's going to be called the Men Are Cooking event. Pretty much where people come in and they get to sample area cooks from around the Fort Lauderdale area. What I'm going to do is, though, while most people I'm sure are going to have dairy, meat, things of that nature, I'm going to make a raw, vegan Alfredo zucchini. So it's going to be pretty good. What I've done is, since I'm making it in such a vast amount, I'm making it pretty big, two big pans full. I'm not going to have the measurements. I'm not going to say them as it goes along, but I will post them in text on the actual video, so you will see them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of show you the steps that I'm going through, and then you can see it, and then you can try it out for yourself. It's very delicious. You can actually trick some of your friends that aren't vegan, and they're going to love it. I guarantee it. So if you take a look here you'll see I've already used the julienne slicer, this right here, to do the zucchini squash. As you'll see on top, I have some sun-dried tomatoes, which are these here. And I also have some diced tomatoes that I actually diced up myself. And I've done 2 pans, as you can see. When I get done with the actual Alfredo sauce, I'm going to pour that on top, and then we'll mix it all together, okay? So yesterday, about 12 hours ago, you only need to do it for about 2 hours. I took 6 pounds of cashews, and I soaked them. I usually only use a pound of cashews for just a small serving of the zucchini Alfredo. But this time, because it was so much, I wanted to make sure I had enough sauce to cover all of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started, start putting some things in. What you're going to also see is that I'm going to put in some miso sauce, which is actually like a little bit of a soybean. This is Hawaiian style. And then I put a little bit of lime in there. And what I also do, I use some adobo. That's my seasoned salt. I like it because it's not too bad. And if you see here, this is actually a basil plant. So we have fresh basil that we put into the dish. Alright? So I'm going to get started, and then that way you can see how I make the Alfredo sauce, of course. This is my Black & Decker blender. I actually need to get another one. I can tell it's kind of going out there, but it's lasted me about 2 or 3 years, so we'll see. And we're going to start mixing. How about that? So what you'll see here is what we're going to do is take some of the cashews and put them into the blender here. Actually, what I've seen is that I've made quite a bit of cashews. I didn't need to use them all, but it's good because now that they're soaked, I can actually make an extra sauce and have it for the future and don't have to worry about it. So what I'm doing is trying to do about 2 cups there, because it's got to spread out. The good thing is that you don't want to use too much water. You don't want to use too much water when doing this because the zucchini has a lot of water in it, and so does the tomatoes. So you don't want to have too much water in there because it'll just be liquefied. 1.5 cups in here, and it might be a little too much, but it's got to spread out still. So I'm going ahead and doing that. What you'll see now is that I'm going to add the miso. The miso is this here, that it's kind of thick, kind of adds consistency to it. Now we add our lemon juice. And I usually measure this out, but you do want quite a bit of lemon juice in there actually. I think you use about ½ a cup when you're making the smaller portion. Now we're going to add a little seasoning salt. Some people like to just use salt. Then we're going to grab our basil. As you see, I have my basil. We want to make sure that we wash our basil off, of course. I don't put the basil in when I first start mixing because what I want to happen is I want the basil to still be in small pieces and portions. Of course, we press blend. We blend it for a while. We're going to go ahead and take out the top. Throw our basil in there so we can get that to get diced up a little bit but still be all within the sauce. And put this back on top and blend a little bit more. Now that you see that we're done, what we'll do is we'll take it over to the actual zucchini pot and we'll pour it on top. Now, just to give you a little bit of speed up time so it doesn't take too long, This one I've already done, and you can see how it looks. Very tasty. Looks just like pasta. Anybody, except the only thing is that it is raw, and it's a little chilled, a little room temperature sometimes, but I like to chill it, then eat it. You'll love it. Now, the best part of this whole episode is that we're about to go to an event, and we're going to see some people's reaction to it and see how they like it. Hopefully they like it. I'm pretty sure they will, actually. And we'll get their reactions on tape. All right? This is John Lewis. See you in a couple minutes. All right, so we're at the event which is called Men Are Cooking. It's hosted by Cal Balthasar. What we have here, we have our dish. We want to make sure that everyone here is able to try it out. We're not going to tell them what's our secret ingredients, which is basically plant-based. So once the event actually gets to start, we're going to go ahead and show people trying out the actual dish, and then we'll see how it goes. You can take a look at our table. Paul and I have taken time to set it up, and as you can tell, we're about to start. No, okay. Well, make sure. I don't want to be held responsible. Right.
Try it there.
Good catch. Are you allergic to nuts at all, man?
No.
Okay. There you go. This table.
Was the bomb.
You talking about this dish?
Tight work.
That was tight work?
Tight.
Okay.
Tight.
Real smooth. I just wanted to make sure that you like it.
Real tight. Real smooth.
Thank you.